Himalayam Namami Bhagavatpatam Shankaram Logashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhatarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheta Vibhagine Vyomavatyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Gukaro Anthakaro Vairukarastan Nivartakaha Anthakara Nirodhitvad Gururitya Vidhiyate Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavathitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So we are continuing the Prakarana Grantha of Adi Shankara. The name of the Prakarana Grantha is Bhaja Govindam or Moha Mudgaram. Please keep all the introduction inside your mind while we are studying each and every verse of Bhaja Govindam. It's very important what I told in the introduction. The text Bhaja Govindam is completely centered on two topics really. The discrimination and the dispassion towards the external world. For the sake of understanding the reality of the worldly happiness and also getting certain maturity from the things what we are right now considered as our object of happiness, and keep bit step behind from the worldly things so that one will not end up in the tragedy. That's why dispassion, vairagyam in Sanskrit, it's called vairagyam, is very important before entering to the last portion of Veda, what we call Vedanta. So keeping in this mind, we are going to analyze each and every verse of Bhaja Govindam. I will read the first verse and I will explain the meaning and the implied meaning of each and every shloka. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi nahi rakshati dukrinkarane. Once again, I will read the first verse. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi nahi rakshati dukrinkarane. This is the first verse of Bhaja Govindam, the opening verse. That's why the text got its name from the very first word of this shloka. The text named as Bhaja Govindam. So, Adi Shankara, while going to the Kashi temple through the pedestrian path of Kashi Vishwanatha temple, There are a lot of pedestrian paths which are directing towards Vishwanatha temple. In one of the path, he was taking the Ganga Jalam, the Ganges water, and to do Abhishekam on the Lord Kashi Vishwanatha as his daily routine after his bath. He was going through this one of this pedestrian path. And just he listened a voice of a Brahmin who is a bit old and he is studying something. That was the cause for this entire Bhaja Govindam Prakarana. So, what he was giving as an instruction or an advice towards a person who is chanting something at his last older age, and he just listened and he's giving a proper instruction towards that person through the first shloka. Remember, please, everybody should take themselves that person who was doing something in his house, chanting something in his house. Consider as we are chanting in that house. So the advice or the instruction will be directly towards us. Okay? Now, what is the meaning? The first word, Bhaja Govindam. Bhaja, to serve, to service, to do seva is called Bhaja. It can be taken as puja, it can be taken as a service or a seva. That's called Bhaja. Bhaja. Govindam. It's a very famous word attributed to Lord Mahavishnu, Perumal. Lord Vasudeva is called as Govindam. Govindam has another name also, or it can be Vyutpatyartham. That Lord which obtains in Vedas or Vedanta is also called Govindam. Govindati. Go means Vedas. In the Vedas, what is obtained means it can be Vedanta or the first portion. I prefer in the Vedanta, which Lord is being accomplished through the studying of Vedanta or the Upanishad, that Lord is also called Govinda. So, two names. One is Lord Mahavishnu, Narayana, Perumal, and another is Paramatman. Go is also a one name of Vedas. Vindadi obtains that a Lord that which obtains in Veda. So I prefer Vedanta, Paramatman. So Bhaja Govindam has two different meanings. One, may you service, may you do puja, may you do seva for Lord Narayana. Or may you realize the Paramatman properly according to the systematic manner, according to the traditional teachings. May you accomplish your own Atman. Bhaja Govindam. When something is told twice, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudhamate. Every time it is the meaning when is uttered twice. In Sanskrit, grihe grihe, if it is told, it means in each and every house there is a lamp. Like that, vane vane, chantanamna vane vane. In each and every forest, there will be no sandalwood. So, don't waste your time. Every single moment you have to use to realize, recognize Paramatman, or you have to do puja or service to Lord Narayana. So, unmanifested form is also implied by Bhaja Govindam. Manifested form is also told by Bhaja Govindam. Okay. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Always. That's what he uttered twice. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Do. There is no time to waste. Please, may you do service, may you do seva, may you do puja for the Lord Narayana Asanat Vasudevasya, who is pervading everywhere. All pervasive Lord is also called Vasudeva. Or may you make your time more and more worthy by doing the right things to accomplish your Paramatman. That Lord which is being told by Vedas. Bhaja Govindam. Govindam Bhaja Mudhamade. Then the word is being put in a different way. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudhamade. First, it is an advice. Both Bhaja Govindam is an advice. Then it becomes a comment. Govindam Bhaja. When you say an advice, it is in a friendly manner. That which can be a very smooth manner, you convey the message for the person. Suppose the person is not listening the advice or the instruction, then you will take charge yourself and you command the thing. Hey, please you do that. First you will say, please may you do that. May you do that. Then the person is not listening at all what he has to do. Then this instruction or an advice will change into the next manner, what we called command. So, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja. Then it's a command. An instruction is changed into command. Command means you have to do. Instruction means there is an option. You can bypass, you need not to do, or when you get time, you can do. But when there is a command, then you have to do. An ajna, a command is being given by Lord Adi Shankara, the Guru, foremost Guru of our tradition. Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. This is the only wrong word to call somebody in Sanskrit, Mudaha. Mudha means the word comes from Muhdadu, delusion. Not knowing what is to be done and what is not to be done in this empirical world. In the Brahma Sutra, Shankara says, a samsari live in this world, satya anrite mithuni kritya. So, as a normal person who is living a household life with his children and his wife and doing a job in his world, and certain things he is doing to acquire money and all the things without looking upon what is to be done and what is not to be done. He has only one single aim, that his family should run properly. His family should have a car, his family should have a good house, his children should have a good education. In order to give all these things properly, I need money, sufficient money. To make money, I can do anything towards the world. This is how people become more and more wealth. When they don't see what is right and what is wrong, only how much money I am having. This is the only consideration given by the society. Whether you have acquired money in a wrong way, whether you have acquired money in a proper way, this is not been questioned by anybody. Only people will ask or think about me how much money he is having. This is the thing. So Shankara tells in Brahma Sutra, Satyam and Anrutam Mithuni Kritya Naisargigaha Ayam Loka Vyavaharaha. This Loka Vyavahara is conducted, empirical dealing and empirical life is conducted by Mithuni Kritya, mixed upon, mixing on. What? Truth and untruth. What is right and what is wrong, people don't have idea. They do. For example, fishing. Almost 95% of the people in the world love to eat fish. But you know how much suffering a fish will be when they are hooked, or they are been they are been they are been taken in the net, without having breathed for 3-4 minutes, and lots and lots of fishes on its top, and just giving a tremendous pain to that body, and that fish will be died. When it comes towards our plate, we don't have that much idea. We don't think how much suffering that fish has gone through. Just we eat that. Even a piece of meat. Nobody in this world allow themselves that you can take my body and enjoy it. Nobody do that. A goat or a buffalo or a hen, whatever it may be, we don't ask their permission. We just cut the throat and we will make a beautiful dish so that everybody will enjoy. How much suffering it has gone through. So, Satyam and Anradam, food, it is essential for a human being, but it should be in a proper way. There is an Anradam when you are a non-vegan, when you eat meat or when you eat fish. So, people will only look into the plate how much it is dressed into, How much suffering it has gone through for this piece of meat, nobody has idea. So when we don't have the proper idea about anything, that is called Buddha. Not knowing what is the goal, not knowing what is to be taken in one's life. Even I will tell you one example. Toothpaste, most of the toothpaste are having the bone powder, to whiten the toothpaste, they add bone powder. How many people knows that not to take some famous names of toothpaste, very popular names we are having, and we see daily ads also in our TV, in our television. But few people think which toothpaste is not having bone powder, which will be organic, which will be healthier for our teeth. We are not going behind the ad. When you don't think behind what is going on, then we are Muda. Just we follow along with the mass. Majority of the people are using this. That's why they have given the ads in the television channel. So we will also go along with that. That's not what we want. When we don't have the proper thinking about everything, about the reality of each and everything, then we are Mudha. Here, Shankara wants to confirm that when you live an ordinary life after getting this precious birth, Durlabam Trayam Eva Etat Manushyatvam Mumukshutvam Mahapurusha Samshayatvam. What is meant by that? In Viveka Chudamani, Shankara says that indeed it is very rare to get Trayam, these three things in this world. Manushyatvam, having a proper human being attitude and a human being body. Manushyatvam. That's why Manushyatvam he is told. He didn't say Manushya Janma. Manushyatvam, nature of being the status of human. Because we cannot be two-legged animal. Pratyaksho Dvipatah Pashuhu. Chanakya says in Chanakya Nidhi Sutra, Varam Atikrantahi Medini. Too much burden by these two-legged animals called human being. So, Manushyatva means it's not that you are having a human being birth. You should have the nature of human being. We are supposed to be the guardian or the security for the entire creation. Each and every animal and plant should be taken care of by ourselves. In order to protect this earth, Bhagavan, Lord has created this Manushya. Instead of protecting this, we are destroying the whole world. Somebody told, some Mahatma, when you destruct a man-made thing like a building or a car or a street light or a government office or anything what is man-made, when you destruct a thing, it is called vandalism. When you destroy the nature, like cutting the tree, taking the soil from the place, digging holes, exploring the mountains, exploiting the mountains, and taking the rocks and put a beautiful road, we call it development. When you destroy the nature, it is called development. And when we destroy man-made things, it is called vandalism. When we destroy the nature, it is also called vandalism. Really speaking, human beings are supposed to be take care of the whole creation. We already destroyed this world. That's why global warming, whole climate change is affecting the entire world. You know, even this world we can't protect. We are spending lots and lots of money to know what is moon and what is Mars. First of all, we should take care of this earth properly without destroying the nature and without destroying the each and every animal. Every single second, we are making an animal to be extinct in this world because of eating, because of hunting them for their special features like rhinos. Lot of things are being killed by human being. See, Mudaha, the word means delusion. It is not a delusion. You should know your precious human birth, how much precious it is, and what is the goal of this human being. If we don't know that, everybody is supposed to be called by Adi Shankara as Muda, a deluded person. Who is a deluded person? It's not the person who is sitting inside the griha, who is chanting something. We are going to the second line. I will come to that. Delusion means Durlapam Trayam Yeva Etat Manushyatvam Mumukshutvam Mahapurusha Samshrayatvam. In Viveka Chudamani, what Shankara told, it is indeed very rare to get the nature of a human being in a human being birth. Mumukshutvam. And for seeking the whole life to the eternal freedom. Mumukshutvam means to be freed from the having a sense or an eagerness to be freed from this entire Janana Marana Samsara. It's not very easy. And also, Mahapurusha Samshrayatvam. In order to free from this birth and death cycle, one should gain certain knowledge from a traditional teacher. It is a big way. It's a long path. To that, one needs to be under a traditional teacher. No other option. If we want to come out of this death and birth cycle, which is entire suffering through, in and through, in order to be free from this world of samsara, the world what we call samsara, one should get a proper traditional teacher. These three things being mentioned by Shankara in another prakarana called Viveka Chudamani, after getting this human birth, a person being deluded means he's living an ordinary life according to its natural instinct. A person who is living according to his natural instinct is called Muda, really speaking. You need not to do any wrong thing. You live your life according to your natural instinct. What are the natural instincts? Food, shelter, dress, sleep, having a partner to enjoy this world, and getting some progeny, and acquiring some money, and keeping some money in the bank, and monthly withdrawing the money, and enjoying the world, seeing the cinemas, going to different places, and enjoying the different places with your senses. This natural instinct, as long as we are having, That person is called Mudaha. It's not the person who is been identified by Shankara. Shankara wants to tell us a person who live in this world according to his natural instinct. Bhakshanam, Vastram, Parpidam, Nidra, Maithunam. This will be our 5 goals. According to Sanskrit, Bhakshanam means food. Vastram, dresses. Parpidam, that means beautiful house. Nidra, having a very good sleep. And Maithunam, having a good partner and having sexual happiness and etc. These things are done by other living beings. We have something to do different from all other living beings. That's why we are very much special. I already told the importance of human being. So a person, an ordinary person who live in this world according to the natural instinct is told as Mudaha, a deluded person who don't know what is to be done in this world properly after getting this human birth, and what is the aim of a human being, and what should one should do to reach that goal. Each and every step, if one don't know, then that person is called Mudha. It's not that person who is sitting inside a house and chanting something. We are to be considered as Mudaha as long as we don't follow what is to be done as a human being. To be freed from the birth and death cycle, one should acquire proper knowledge. It will be only available in this human birth. If not, we are missing the obvious. What is right in front of us, we are missing that. After getting the human birth, after getting discrimination, after getting a proper guru, we are not available to study what they say, means we are missing the obvious. Mudhamate, a person who is deluded. Hey, may you do seva, may you do puja, may you do certain services to the Lord Vasudeva or to the Lord which is told in the Vedanta portion, Paramatman. Samprapte, the second line start with the word Samprapte. I will give the meaning along with the next word also. Samprapte sannihite kale. See, we think that we will be in this world at least for 100 years or at least for 80 years. So spirituality can be done. Spirituality can be done after my retirement or after my household life or after my daughter's marriage or after my son getting a job, entering into a job. Lot of people want to study some spiritual things in their life. They want to enter into spirituality, but there will be always some reason regarding to their family matters. And they think that they are going to survive more 20, 30, 40 years, which is completely a wrong imagination. That's why this word echoes certain meaning, Samprapte sannihite kale. When the death is already traveling along with you, and it is right in front of you, samprapte. It's already accomplished thing. When the birth is already you got, there is always the death traveling along with you like a shadow. Sampraptam, and it's very near, sannihitam. So don't think that death will be after 10 years or death will be after 20 years. Any time we will depart from this body. Anything can happen at anything, any time, In this Maya, nothing is going to be as we predict. There is no prediction in Maya. Anything can happen at any time. Like a magician can take anything from his hat which he kept in front of you in the table. If he put the hands, it may come as a rose flower, it may come as a rabbit, it may be certain other things, a ribbon, whatever it may be. We don't know exactly what is going to be taken by him. A magician will put his hand inside his cap, inside his hat, which is kept in front of you in the table. Similarly, Maya has no decision that it will only happen right now, it will happen like this. No, you cannot say like that. In the Maya, anything can happen at any time. So, Adi Shankara wants to tell you, you don't waste your time. Really speaking, 24 hours we are getting in a day. 8 hours we will sleep. 8 hours we will do our personal things. Almost going to job, brushing, bathing, in that thing. Other 8 hours we may be having some celebration, ceremony. All 8 hours we will spend for others. 8 hours when we spend for our things. Really speaking, 8 hours sleeping, 8 hours for my personal things, and 8 hours for others. We don't have actually much time to study, because a marriage function, a ceremony, or something you will have to do with your house, something you have to do with your car, which is not personal really. Personal things means you do your job, you are brushing, your bath, your food. At least when you eat some food means it will take 45 minutes minimum. Suppose you are a person who enjoy the food and eat properly. You cannot eat like a dog, or when you give a biscuit to a dog, a cookies, it will eat in a minute. It's not the way to eat anyway. We will discuss about that. What I'm telling, really, we don't have enough time. If we count the whole 60 years, if we are going to live, means in that period itself, we don't have proper time to study. So Shankara wants to make you understand that death is traveling along with you as a shadow. Don't think that you will have a longer life. It's always with you. Samprapte sannihite kale. And also, he wants to make the person to understand you are already an aged person. Almost you are between 70 and 80, and you are chanting certain thing. What he is chanting really? What Shankara listened from his mouth? Samprapte sannihite kale. Already the death is right in front of you, along with you. He is present right now. Sannihite kale. Nahi nahi rakshadi dukrinya karane. What you are chanting will not help you to attain the human goal, moksha. Nahi nahi rakshadi will not help you. Nahi nahi rakshadi will not help. Nahi nahi. Don't help what you are doing right now. to reach the human goal. Human goal means moksha. Or it can be relative, absolute also. You can take it as Surga, Surga Prapti, or Mukti, Iha, Iha Janmani Eva Mukti. Both in both ways you can take. Anyway, what you are doing right now, there is no connection with your human goal, because in order to attain the human goal at this age, one should chant the Vasudeva mantra or study the Upanishad from a traditional teacher. That will only help at this age. But in your age, you are studying something which is insignificant for your age. Dukrinya Karane. It's a Sanskrit root from which we get certain words. Karoti, Kurvanti, Akarot, Karishyami, Akaravam, Karishyasi. All these words came from one single Sanskrit root called Kri Dhatu. Dhatu means root, from which each and every words manifest. There are almost 2,200 Sanskrit verbs, roots are there. Among these 2,200 roots, this is one of the root called Kridadu, and it is like a package. Duk Krinya. Do and Nye is a package. When you buy certain things, for example, you buy a TV, you will get a package along with that, no? A polythene cover, thermocol, and a carbon with a cardboard box, because a new TV cannot be damaged. So that there is a package for that. Each and every package have a certain purpose also. Similarly, even though the Kri Dhatu is used to make Karoti or Karanam, that Kri Dhatu is having a package of Du and Nyi. So Dukrinya. That package has certain purpose. For the time being, this is enough because this is not Sanskrit class. I am coming to the point. Shankara listened. Somebody is studying Sanskrit grammar at the age of 72 or 75. And he listened to this early morning, and it is Brahma Muhurta. Somebody is supposed to chant Vishnu Sahasranamam or Bhagavad Gita or any other Ishvara's name in order to enter into the path of knowledge, or somebody should study Upanishad under a traditional teacher. Not doing that, instead of doing that, he is studying some Sanskrit grammar early in the morning. And he criticized that fellow, that old guy. Hey, Muthamate, a deluded person who don't have any idea about what is the human goal, and in order to achieve that human goal called moksha, I should enter into the pursuit of knowledge. I should study under a proper traditional teacher, or in order to purify my mind to gain the knowledge, or in order to have a presence of Guru in my life, I should clean, I should be qualified, eligible by making my mind pure. Purifying the mind, one get the eligibility to study this knowledge under a Guru. In an appropriate time, Guru will come if we are completely pure with our mind. For the purity of the mind, in order to the purification of the mind, one should chant Vishnu Sahasranama or Bhagavad Gita or any other traditional slogans or stotrams. Without doing that, hey Mudhamade, hey deluded person, you are chanting Sanskrit grammar and you are not supposed to do at this age. Now, for the time being, I want to make you understand certain things regarding that line. See, Sanskrit language is essential in order to study the Upanishad. There is no question on that. Really speaking, you should have a certain idea of Sanskrit grammar. If you are interested in Sanskrit grammar, fine. You can study and you should have enough time to study and you should have the enough capacity to study that. Even if you don't have an understanding of Sanskrit grammar, still you can focus on Guru's instruction regarding the knowledge, Brahma Vidya, no problem. Through this criticism, by condemning this Sanskrit language, Shankara is not against, you don't think that Shankara is against the Sanskrit language. No. Shankara wants to point out that person that in your age, it is unfit now. At this age, already the death arrived and waiting in our path. On that time, you should think about the Lord Vasudeva each and every moment. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a reality, there is a slogan talking about the reality of the next birth. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajatyande kalevaram tam tamaivedi kaunte. So that sloka says that at the end of the human thoughts, last thought, when you depart this body, the last thought will decide to which birth you are going to. If you have a proper thought on the last moment before departing this body, you will enter into that type of birth. Nobody will be thinking Lord Vishnu at the last moment if you don't have this vasana or samskara of thinking the Vishnu continuously for 24 hours. You will be dealing with the household activities and household issue for 24 hours. That same pattern will be continuing when you are in the coma stage or in the ICU or in the in an unconscious stage. There will be no thought of Vishnu coming on the last moment. Correct? For in order to think about Lord Mahavishnu even at the last moment, one should practice right now. That's why mental japa is very much important. 3 types of japas are, Vachikam, Upamshu, Manasikam. Vachikam, somebody can listen what you are chanting is called Vachikam. Upamshu, you can only listen with your lips, you are just moving. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo. You can only listen what you are chanting. This is called Upamshu. Then Manasikam. Nobody can understand what you are thinking inside your mind. You will be just looking at the river and you are chanting Vishnu Sahasranama right inside your mind. This is called Manasika. Most of the people who are in the path of knowledge used to practice this. while walking, while cutting the vegetables, while doing certain things, they will be chanting something inside your mind, inside their mind. That is what we have to also practice. But after chanting lot of times by Vachikam and Upamshu, then Manasikam will be easy. So Lord Shankara is pointing out that Sanskrit language will not fit for you at this age. Don't think that Sanskrit language is not so important in the path of knowledge. It's very important. If you can understand Sanskrit, fine. If you don't understand also, nothing to worry about that. Each and every language is very important, but most of the scriptures what we are having is in Sanskrit, and right now traditional teachers are translating to their own languages so that people can easily reach what is told in that. So Shankara want to confirm that it is not so important at this age to study Sanskrit grammar. Please, may you think about Lord Vishnu, or may you try to get some knowledge about Paramatman at this age, so that it will be helpful when the death is already presented, already waiting in your path. While living itself, it is traveling along with us like a shadow. That's why Samprapte Sannihite Kale. It is ready along with us, and it is present along with us wherever we go. Sannihite Kale. What you are doing right now will not help to reach your goal properly. So something important you have to do, you cannot do. You are not supposed to study Sanskrit grammar right now. You are supposed to do certain other things. That's why even studying Sanskrit grammar is not advisable by Lord Shankara. What to talk about ourselves, what we are doing at the old age. Somebody, I have online class. So few people from US also attending. Sometimes they will say, Swamiji, today we have some golf club meeting. Can I go and come back? Can I skip the class? I don't say anything. Yes, you can go to the golf club meeting. No problem. The more when you understand the importance of this Brahma Vidya, more you will not compromise the class. You will skip all other things and you will come to this class. As long as you don't know the significance of Brahma Vidya, you will have golf club meeting, some other things to be done. We are also having, at this old age, it's also, we will be thinking about my daughter's son is not getting a job. My son's daughter is not having a proper attitude towards studies. Lot of things. We are not thinking about our goal. We want to correct and we want to help others. Even at the last moment, we will be thinking about what will happen to this house, what will happen to my car, what will, all these impermanent things will be inside our mind. We are not thinking about our proper goal. We are not thinking about, after getting this proper birth of human being, I am not focusing on what is to be done as a human being. Brahma Vidya one can only acquire in this birth. If we don't put an effort right now, we will miss the obvious. We are just having a glorious means, and Brahma Vidya and this says petty ends. Very small, small things you will do in your life, but you have a glorious means. Having a human body, and we will live an animal life, without knowing what is to be done in the life. That's why Muthamate, even he is criticizing the studying of Sanskrit, what to talk about our dealings in the world. Of course, this is been criticized by Lord Adi Shankara. When he criticized the Sanskrit studying, it means that he is also criticizing what we are doing as an empirical dealing in our life. If we don't focus on the teaching, we will also have the same word called Mudaha. I will read once more the shloka and I will come to the next shloka. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Now, I will read the second shloka and I will stop. After reading the second shloka, and we will go to the meaning in the next session. Muda jahi dhanakama trishnam kuru sadbuddhim manassi vitrishnam yellabase nicha karmopatam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. Again, once more I will chant. Muda jahi dhanakama trishnam Kuru sadbuddhi manassi vitrishnam yellabase nicha karmopatam vittam tena vinodaya chittam. We will see the meaning of this slogan in the next Saturday. My pranams to all of you. Please retain your continuity. And wherever there is a doubt, please ask to Vinaya ji, your teacher, and let she convey me. Then I will answer the questions also in the coming session. Thank you, all of you. Have a very nice day, Amma, Vinaya Amma.
Thank you. Thank you. They all say there's no doubt. It's very clearly explained.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Okay, we'll see you.
If
Next
anything,
session, Pranam, Pranam. Om Namah Shivaya.
Okay.
See you in the next Saturday.
Hope see you next week.